Let's do funniest thing from the sports weekend.
Hey, people, tell us what in the sport made you laugh hardest this weekend. It is a segment we call What Made You Laugh This Weekend. Ha, ha, ha!
Funniest thing from the sports weekend is brought to you by our friends at CBD MD.
Put it on the poll, Guillermo. Do you imagine that anyone named Wellington is a maestro in sensual acrobatics? Funniest thing from the sports weekend, Tony. What did you think was the funniest thing?
Dan, I think it was the hand that stopped short on the camera to stop Kenny Dorsey from breaking the camera off and throwing it down to the field. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. They just kept it there for like 10 seconds.
We didn't talk enough about Dorsey wrecking. I mean, we cannot talk enough about that and the butt punt. Just everything from that game was unbelievable.
I think we should have Dorsey on to break it down for us. I think he did.
It seems like he's in a good talking mood.
I'm going to get him. I'm going to try.
Chris Whittingham vibes, right?
Yeah. It would be funny to have him on.
Little evil streak behind those glasses.
Yes, it would be. It would be great to have him on.
I think he has a stove alarm, too.
Billy, what was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
Herm Edwards maybe being sabotaged, possibly.
Again, you don't know if this is true or not.
I'll let you know in a week or two if it was the case.
Can you please just give us what you believe to be, now that we're here, because I don't trust the reporting on this. Jessica, do you believe the reporting on this is sound?
I mean, I don't know the reporter, so I'm not going to doubt his reporting. It just feels like that story, I kind of want more from it. Like, which opponents? What did they give him? Did they give him, like, plays from the playbook? I need to know more. I'm very curious about all of it. And yeah, they didn't really need to do that to Herm. He was already majorly on the hot seat. A lot of his staff had been fired because of the NCAA stuff. He didn't really need to do that. Why risk it? I don't understand it.
We will wait for more reporting on that. What do you think was the funniest thing from the sports weekend?
The butt punt.
It was so good.
Slow motion, sped up. Give it to me every way. The butt punt. The personal protector, Dan. What a nerdy name for a football position.
I want to do the show where we are reacting simply and only to Miami loses the game on that play. I want to do a whole nother alternate show where we just do 35 minutes of what would the appraisal of the Dolphins and Tua and McDaniel had been if the last few minutes of that game.
No faith in Tua. He would have gotten the ball back, man. Taking him down the field. Oh.
But it changed the game. It changed the end of the game. And if Josh Allen could just get his shit together for 2 more snaps and set up that field goal, instead of dying in the Miami Heat.
He had nothing left. I mean, he had 2 yards left. They needed
Miami
5.
almost butt punted themselves into a division loss.
If you want to remember and celebrate the butt punt, you could head over to lebatardaf.shop, where we have ceremonialized the butt punt.
Nice.
Please put them on the poll. Put all of these things, Guillermo, at Le Batard Show on the poll, because I want to know what was the funniest thing from that game yesterday. Was it the butt punt? Was it Josh Allen in a game of such precision, 60 passes in, just farting that ball out there in a way, the guy's open, we're used to the precision, you've thrown 60 times. That throw that way in that situation was just such a disaster.
Also, Kenny Dorsey has to be an option.
And Kenny Dorsey has to be an option too. Funniest thing from that game. Is there anything else to be chosen from the ridiculousness of that game?
It's my funniest thing from the sports weekend. The Teddy Bridgewater drive.
The bubble screen thrown poorly with noodle arm precision.
I think it might win. Teddy Bridgewater.
You're not going with Middle Tennessee's football's Twitter account trolling Mike Ryan, Sue? I thought you were going to pick that one.
Nah.
I'm not either. It's not funny. That was very mean of them. Very, very mean.
Mike Ryan,
Bring it in tight.
Mike loves that, though. I think Mike likes that.
I like losing in Middle Tennessee. I love it's my favorite.
You like them coming after you lose, too.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No bad press.
I mean, come on, Mike.
No, I don't like it.
You like freezing cold takes being featured.
No bad press.
No. Super follow at Michael Ryan Ruiz to see exactly how I process that loss, and go to lebatardaf.shop to immortalize the butt punt merch already up there. My funniest thing of the sports weekend was, you've seen this occasionally in baseball, the baseball stare down after the national anthem. There was an epic one between the Royals and Mariners. Luke Weaver and Robbie Ray had a stare down. Not the first time Robbie Ray has done this, by the way. They're just standing out on their dugout steps, looking at each other, seeing if one person will bow out. This one goes on painfully long, so long that the umpires get involved and ejected both of them. At the end, Robbie Ray still undefeated, never lost. You have to check out this video. Both players got ejected for refusing to break their stare down. That is male pride if you've ever seen it.
The opposite of it, I would say, is what I saw from Mac Jones yesterday, trying to fake and flop his way into a call on the sidelines by pretending like he'd been hit late, Stugotz, to try and get 15 extra yards with all of the dumb rules in this sport. He tried to sell the referees with a flop on, I'm playing a different sport than everyone else here who's allowed to be tackled. I'm the quarterback. The rules are different for me. This is pathetic. Watch me try and get 15 yards by flopping my arms out. I also wanted to point out, as we talk about Ken Dorsey losing his mind, it has now been reported by Adam Schefter and others that Tom Brady 2 weeks ago broke not one but two tablets in his rage on the sidelines at not being able to win by more than 10 points.
He said his username and password weren't working.
But now he's broken two of these.
Damn this two-factor!
I don't think that
One special character.
I deleted the authenticator app.
One number, one capital letter. Why?
The ampersand.
Just want to see if it's cover 3.
7 Super Bowls with a $ sign for the S, damn it!
7 rings, 1 capital Z.
Why did he go with the hard password? I think that story falls apart, though, when you're breaking two tablets, isn't it?
He forgot his mother's maiden name on the Saga one. First pet, damn it! So long ago.
Again, though, you realize in the frenzy of the football Sunday that we just skipped past a 45-year-old who couldn't get any offense all game. Had Rodgers backpedaling like, oh, he's going to get the 2-point conversion, and then it's going to be an onside kick, and he's going to come down from 28-3. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it all ends with him at 45 years old winning at the end. It is crazy, correct? Sheer insanity.
That Brady's still doing this?
He got called back for a holding.
5 years old.
Did you see the scramble that Tom Brady had?
12-yard scamper.
Pocket presence
Yes.
where he broke his leg brace.
Yep.
Forrest Gump. I mean, come on. It's the only time his age shows is when he scrambles out of the pocket.
I'm sorry. I'm seeing the Mac Jones play for the first time.
It's so absurd. Mac Jones
He jumped.
it's so.
Then he threw a pick in the end, so like right after that.
They got hurt.
And then there was a report that he was screaming in pain in the locker room, but then all the x-rays came back negative.
Ligament
Very
damage.
What was the
bizarre.
last play of the game,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Sometimes you'd rather break the ankle.
High ankle sprain, yeah.
Uncertain what's happening.
How do Patriot fans feel, though? Even in a loss, looking down at Tampa as they fall to 2-1, and Brady's just out there grinding it out with the remains of what was the Patriot roster at the end when he was throwing pick sixes against Tennessee. And they got Mac Jones and Lamar Jackson going toe-to-toe, and Mac is flopping to try and get 15 extra yards while Lamar is running 60 extra yards without the flopping.
The biggest challenge, I think, of Bill Belichick's career is when the game is going a little sideways and you need offensive answers, and now you're down to your backup quarterback. The camera will pan to Matt Patricia calling your next offensive play. He needs to have you buy in and have faith that that is a good thing, and it is a tough road to hoe right now.
Mike, when the end of the game goes with Brady at 45, marching down the field with no weapons, and he hasn't done anything all game, and he scores anyway. And then you're looking in New England, it's not just Patricia. Wait a minute, they're letting his son closer to things over there, too. And his son's a freak show. And, like, wait a minute, what was in charge in New England?
Normalize the mullet, man. You just called the man a freak show. Just because he...
I think it's his
No, it's
facial
his
things.
mouth.
Yeah,
it's
that's
what
what
he does with his mouth.
Yeah.
It's what he does with his mouth. I'm just saying that
Little
Belichick...
cocaine mouth.
Belichick...
What?
Who said
what are
that?
you guys
Who
doing?
said that?
I didn't do
Who
that.
said that?
I did not do that.
This is what
Tony,
happens
go
when you
sit
let
in the
him-
penalty
Yeah.
Oh,
box.
come
Tony,
on.
go
That
sit in
was
the
so
penalty box.
good.
No
Go
more
sit in the
rants about
penalty
journalism
box.
from the
Go
show.
sit in the penalty
Wow.
box. You
Reckless
can't accuse him.
speculation. No,
Get
the-
out of here.
Billy's mortified.